about the same concept. This is more of a liquid. This is more of a petroleum gel. And the color are, they both dry on quickly and pretty thickly, and as far as opaqueness. But this was definitely more drying. And that's probably because this has more emollients in it, but you pay for it. So there's no comparison in price. This is about 2 times, 3 times what this costs. You have to order it on the internet and have it shipped. This should go to your local drugstore, or lots of people are shipping anyway. So, so that's it. Again, the only other thing that I just wanted to point back out is I really do love this palette, and I think I can use it a lot. Keep in mind that I blended it into a color I already had. And it's also, I think it's time to wash my brushes. Always remember that if you're not getting true color payoff, when was the last time you washed your brushes? Not just the dab off that I do with the cloth in between, but a good, not soaking. You never want to do that because of the glue and the ferrule. And even when it's got the middle crimp on the end, you still don't want to overdo it. So, anyway, that could make a difference. So is what my point is. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell y'all, I used this. Was this one of the ones I used? Look how purpley. Is that one of the ones I just used? No. No, it's not. That was from another palette we did the other day. See, I need to clean all my brushes, y'all. They're over there, and they look really gross. I've got all kind of rainbow of color. That's not good. That means that you need to clean your brushes. You shouldn't see the colors you've already used. I'm going to do one more little dusting off with this dual fiber from Sigma Beauty. Small duo fiber, F55. I highly recommend y'all have one of these. Because it's more dense at the bottom and more light. That's the duo fiber. And so what that does is it makes it kind of hold tight, but then the end is a little more flimsy, and so it flicks things off very well. Whereas when you use a fan brush, it does, you know, and you can get a fan brush anywhere, any place has a fan brush. Where's a fan brush? Like this. This is the It Cosmetics one. My husband got me that. Sweetie got me one. And you can, you know, kind of dust off like that. A lot of people use these for highlighter. Like they will just dust over the cheek. Let it kind of fan like that. Or like that. And it gives that little sheen on the bend right there. And also dusting the end of things. Because it's flimsy. So it is good for that. Sometimes you want a real dense brush that holds up to the pressure you're putting on it for adding color. And other times you want it to be a little bit flimsy so that it will bend when you want to adjust color or flick something off. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? Anyway, also the thing that I'm doing right now, because I want you to know what I'm doing, is cleaning off. Use your makeup cloth, which now this will need to go in the wash. I use a black or a gray cloth that is, my husband knows they're only for my makeup because, you know, it'll be stained, but you can't see it on a black cloth. Even when it is cleaned, you're always going to have a little bit of a dark stain. But always wash off or wipe off, really, really well wipe off your eyelash curler. You don't want to have any of the residue from your eye just sit and cake up on this thing, because that will cause eye infections. And every once in a while, when I say once in a while, I would say some people do it every day, some people do it once a week. Even after you have wiped it all off, go ahead and use one of your Neutrogena makeup eye remover, eye makeup remover for waterproof mascara, the blue package. Use that to wipe this down and make sure you are getting off even the waterproof. And then I would even alcohol it. Also, see these little rubber things? If you'll notice when you get a when you get an eyelash curler, they always have a couple of them. If you start noticing that it is wearing out, pull it out and put the other one in. Keep, you know, just do keep changing that out. And I do like this one. Y'all know I like my CoverGirl one. My favorite one is my Charlotte Tilbury, because this band is not so curled tight and it's wider. And I think it just does a better job of getting on the lashes. But I do like my Chanel one. I also like my old, well, this is a Tweezerman. I got this one from, and it is wider too. And it also needs to be clean. So these need to head to the bathroom. I started saying the potty. Do y'all say potty? Is that a southern term? Yeah. Actually, that looks pretty clean now. But still can't hurt to wipe them down real good with alcohol. And make sure that you get all the germs off. This is a very old Max Factor one, y'all, but I love this one. But I do need to replace the, here's one thing I'll tell you when you know you need to replace it. When you clamp it down like that, and you can kind of feel that it's sticking. Not sticking, but it's just that the imprint's been made into the rubber. That means it's probably not going to be holding up much longer. I need to wipe that one down too. It looks clean, but you know, it just can't hurt, y'all. So again, wipe it with a cloth right after you use it. Then later that evening, when you're taking your makeup off, also use one of the other end of the cloth to just wipe that down. And then, you know, wipe it off real good with again, a makeup cloth. Never use tissue; it'll just stick to the rubber, and you'll have all these little tiny micro-sized tissues, and it gets all in your eyes. So don't ever use tissue with a makeup eyelash curler. Always use a cloth. But like I said, just so I'm showing y'all, these are just, I mean, you don't need to get a special makeup cloth like this. This is just a makeup microfiber, and it's fine. You can go to the dollar store and get you a black or a brown or dark gray, or just the ones you know, because I use white because we like to bleach our towels. But you'll need dark ones for your makeup. If you'll notice, a lot of hotels and bed and breakfasts started doing that. Of course, who's seen them except since COVID-19 in a year? But they started doing that because even though it's clean, they've bleached them, it's made it through the dryer, everything, all the germs are dead, there's still a stain. And just every once in a while you gotta throw your cloths out. But for makeup cloths, just get you a dark one. Or maybe you like a dark pink, or dark green, or dark blue, whatever you like, just make sure it's dark. Okay? So where are we? I think we're at a point where we are just a little over. And that always bugs me when I go just a little over, because then I'm like, well then, this video won't be very long unless I talk some more. No, I don't have a problem talking. Oh! You know, gotta finish it. And y'all know that my #1 finishing spray now is Flower. And it's called Seal the Deal. FlowerBeauty.com is where you can get this. And it definitely has some luminizing, not opalescent really, but definitely luminizing sheen. And also, whenever you set your makeup, okay, I'm going to spray back this way, because even though this is like a water base, it's not aerosol, you still just, there's a flame there, so we're just going to be careful. You still want to go ahead and set your makeup, because what does it do? Well, it makes it wet, but as it dries down, it really settles and melts into your skin. And this also has a little bit. Also, I see people do way out here, and it's falling all over their furniture and their clothes, possibly getting in a flame. It's like, get close to your face, just hold your breath. So, get close. And see how it looks wet and shiny? And do you see all the little sprinkles in the air? And I have a desk here. Of course, it's a very old desk. And it's not, I'll tell you, I'm feeling the desk. It's not moist, but it's there, right? So I look a little wet right now, but even as this shines down, I will tell you that when I just got close like that, the fragrance, which I love, was a little strong. I think I got a little too close. But as this dries down, that kind of shimmer will still be there, which is almost like using highlighter. So you don't have to use highlighter. Plus, it sets all these powders so that they stay on better. So it really does seal the deal. I mean, it is true to its name. And I love it. And I'm getting way far down. I'm about halfway down. And so, but I've been using this a lot. It's got a very radiant finish to it. And it does for us older ladies when you use a lot of matte products, because you have to, really. But if you set it with a radiant finish, I think it still gives you a nice glow. Do you see that? Also, if you go out in the yard and you've got a waterproof makeup on and you do a little pump up and jam, pump it up, and you start doing that gardening, getting those little flowers in the ground and all that, you sweat, and this is what you look like. Why would you mattify it? You're just trying to look like this. So let yourself be sweaty. I don't know. What's the answer? Anyway, you know who I just laughed like? Cherie McGinnis just then. Do y'all know her? I know some of you have come to my channel from her, and I so appreciate her and appreciate you for that. But I just love her, and she'd been gone for a while, and she just had put up a video the other day kind of saying where she's been. She's been fine. You know, people get busy, and even though I think she's retired, you still can be very busy just with your house. Y'all know that, right? Even if your kids aren't home, or you don't have kids, if you're single, or whatever it is, then, you know, or, you know, whatever it is that you use your time for, it can be really taken up a lot. And so anybody can get busy. So don't give up on somebody if they don't post videos for a couple days or weeks. You know, just keep checking with them. And the best thing to do is once you hit subscribe, and I would ask you to do this to my videos too, hit the subscription button because that helps me on YouTube. And you are, you know, they do look at it. And then hit the little bell that's right to the right of the little subscribe button. There's a little bell, and when you hit that little bell, it'll go, it'll have the little sign like it's going to make a noise. It doesn't actually make a noise, but it does send you a notification. That's what it is, a notification bell, when someone's uploaded. So if you haven't heard from someone in a while, you're like, there they are, you know. So I think that's good. I feel like for some reason I'm looking too dark here. Y'all see it? It's just like it's too dark. And I don't know, I don't remember putting a lot of color there. But anyway, so this is the final look. I think it's because this is dark. It's kind of making me feel like I need to tone it down. But the only thing is, when you tone it down, and that is the color that it is, like this, that is this color. So if you tone it down, you're going to lose that color. And you can overblend. And I don't know that I want to overblend this. That's the whole reason I bought this. I was just intrigued by the color. And this highlighter is not a white highlighter. It's definitely a dusty rose. And that's why it's not lifting this color. And that even the transition color here has got a little bit of a rose brown base. And this, definitely the crease color, is a brown rose. Very brown. More than rose. And then, of course, this dark plum would be definitely for lining. Or the outer, I did do the outer V today. So, and that also kind of softens the look of the wing liner, which can be nice. Sometimes you don't want it to be so pronounced. So anyway, that is it. I hope y'all have enjoyed all these products, and I would definitely say I recommend every one of the ones that I've tried on. But the thing that seems to win lately is Wet n Wild. I'm really loving Wet n Wild. Both their liners and their that little pop of mascara, crayon liner, and the liquid liner.